The one I really like, and it's a very positive turn on the morbid road we're going down, but there's the one, I think it's Russia? Somewhere else. Oh, no, it might be a European. I can't remember. But there's one where they build, like benches into the graves so that you can sit and have a drink with the dead is kind of how it is. I think that's somewhere. I don't know which country it is though. Now that I've said both of those, I think I'll be completely wrong. It's a flower YouTube link. I'm not gonna get rickrolled.
Tonight, we are getting into something that's super ass crazy and weird, at least to me. You tell me if you believe the same. A dead guy on display at his own damn funeral / concert. Check it out. TMZ got their hands on this picture. It's what we all firmly believe is rapper Goo News's body at his own funeral in DC at a nightclub. He is fully dressed, wearing a crown and a club called Bliss, where his services may have been held last night, and there was a $40 entry fee. Now, my guests are here tonight to talk about the shock value and maybe get us to understand why this happened with Goo News.
We are in the best of times and the worst of times, and there are no filters. I don't get what people are doing, but I just can't imagine being in a club or any other place with a body hanging up. So I'm really hoping that that was not the case. And as I hope,
Definitely was.
I think he probably was.
Yeah,
you know, and the idea that there is a body or a corpse in a nightclub is tacky enough. But on top of that tackiness, they're charging $40 to get in to see.
How much were we paying to come to my funeral? How much are we charging?
Listen, let me say this. Some people want to be idolized at all costs. You know what I mean? Maybe Goo New and the family, you know, they really ahead of their time. You know, death is sad as it is, but, you know, it's supposed to be a celebration of life. You know what I mean? Is it a far stretch though when you think about it? We've all been to Madame Tussauds, you know what I mean, wax museum and seen people, and you know, it's just all about how you look at it, you know what I mean? And maybe he was a rapper, you know, this is what they do. Maybe this was his last appearance or his last walkthrough. You understand what I'm saying?
Like it's a thing.
But,
like that's just what they do.
Now, Isaiah, you know, you got to read between the lines on this. Maybe this was the last way that they could increase his streams. You know what I mean? And this was an alternative to a fish fry.
Hey, you know what? That's just squeeze it out.
Because you said it was $40 tickets. So, you know, I'm just saying, you know, sometimes in our culture, we get the success and then we don't have our priorities in order. So maybe this was their way of, you know, doing what was natural to him and celebrating him to where people would naturally come out and it would benefit.
Not naturally though. It's not a thing, is it? It's not a thing that like gets done. Like, and also, is the body prepared at all? Like, does it get embalmed? Does it get half embalmed? Like, as the cat said, does it start to smell? I don't think that takes long. Is the stomach emptied? Like, then 40 quid entry? Oh my god, that's fantastic. Oh, he's way ahead of me. Jesus Christ.
You know, on his behalf and maybe the family as well.
So Blame, you are really justifying this foolishness.
I'm not justifying it. I'm just trying to read between the lines.
Said he's a comedian, so he needs to be funny. But I also get playing devil's advocate. I mean, if I was making money, and someone's will said, just fucking hang me up and charge people to come in and have a look, you're not gonna say no, are you?
Sometime in life, you just got to ask why. Why would I do this?
And then recognize you're not going to get an answer. But I do want to say, now you know that I probably had to go do some research on this young man's music. And when I looked at the kinds of things he was singing and saying in those songs, I could only listen.
She's a pastor as well. I'm going to assume he sings all about all the lovely things that pastors do on a daily basis, right? Are you ready? I think he's actually a Christian rapper, surely. Okay. Right?
For a couple of minutes, but I think the real tragedy here also is that he's 24 years old, clearly very talented, and dead, and that should not be. So I also don't want that to be lost on us.
Armando, let's hear from you about this, your thoughts on this, and this is a sensitive subject for you.
Yeah, like I said, people grieve in different ways. So like me, yesterday, me getting out and about and seeing you yesterday, that made my day, because I just needed to make sure that take a break from any kind of emotional, that I've already been drained since my dad passed away last night. But if anything, I was also there to celebrate his life.
The fuck? Did they just bring him on because his dad died? Is this? Did they just go after like, who's got someone's died? You, go on, get your webcam on, we're going.
As well, and understanding that people grieve in different ways, so we can't.
Don't show the video again. It's so weird.
We're gonna grieve.
So if you look at it,
for example, me, that was the first time with my father.
There's an element of there is an element of Madame Tussauds with it. It's interesting. It's when you know, it just changes it a lot. Has its roots fair, yeah. I want to be made in roll cheese wheel and roll downhill.
Having somebody that close pass away, so I'm starting to now learn and understand new ways to grieve. And yesterday, like I said, going out and enjoying myself was one of those ways. But
I'm more curious about whose idea was it? Is it in his will to say when I die, we'll have one last hurrah, hang me up in a club, and charge people to come in, and it's them celebrating with me? Or is it, as they say, a grieving family or grieving friends being we want to celebrate one more time? Because there's also the ethical implications if that's not in his will. No, I didn't. You're right, I didn't. But it is interesting. This is the kind of stuff I love. This so that intrigues me a lot.
If the family, if they condone it, then that's more respect to the family. He might have wanted it too.
Let me say this, Isaiah.
Right. So no. He didn't say yes to it. It's not in his will. Just the family's gone. Let's hang him up. Is that what it said?
But if the family, if they condone it, then that's more respect to the family. He might have wanted it too.
Let me say this.
Oh, so we don't know. Okay.
I actually had a friend that performed via stand-up comedy at a funeral. I mean,
wow.
It's unorthodox. It's outside the box.
That is completely different. That is completely different. That's probably a closed casket. It's probably all pre-written beforehand. It's agreed by the person who died. They really love comedy. That's it's completely different. Just hanging them up. Hello, Brunette. Have fun.
And I actually had a classmate of mine.
I also love asking morticians. I enjoy
that. She wanted me to come perform at her funeral. And I still don't know how I feel about that. But
yeah, but they've asked for it.
One of my classmates. So in this day and age, nothing surprised me, and I kind of live by. Sometimes
I wouldn't like.
Unlearn and relearn.
Is he flammable in that state?
How you approach things and how you view things and your perspective on, how you want to be seen or how you want to be remembered.
I guess I gotta unlearn things, right, Dr. Ruth?
Well, absolutely. And I admit that I come from a filter. I come from a different filter. I'm a pastor. I have served at many funerals. I've preached funerals, and so it's a difficult, kind of a sacred time. But I do see, especially in these last few years, with so many people dying from COVID and the number of funerals I've had to go to, we're seeing more cremations. So somebody might have a problem with that, but it is a reality. So the needle is moving, and people are getting very.
Dr. Olson, you're pretty soon going to have an opening act for your funeral services now. Coming to the stage, Dr. Olson. Thank you all for joining us here on The Factor on Censored the Club. Nightclub has apologized, saying they didn't know what was going on there. And of course, we'll see what happens.
The nightclub didn't know either. What is this story? Then who did it? That's like... So they don't seem to officially know whether the family will want to do it or not. Doesn't sound like they know whether he wanted it. And the nightclub didn't have a fucking clue. What's in the box, mate? It's just decoration. Just some decorations that we're putting up for the event. Don't worry about it. £40 is a bit steep. You'll get people in though, won't you?
Happens that if this is a real corpse. Thank you all for joining us here on The Factor tonight.
People grieve in different ways.
They do. They definitely
The
do.
number one show.
No, Dr. Mike, go away. I'm done with you. Done with you. That was fun. Sorry that there wasn't Final Fantasy at all. It will be, honest. Beep-whoop. Oh, right, cool. Thank you for that, Sarah. That was a fun bit of content there. Yeah, that was I think I almost have more questions than answers, but hey-oh, interesting. Should we play the video game now? Should we actually play it?